Weird. I don't know.
We
Yo!
I'm gonna check the Facebook real quick, make sure that the feed is feeding. And we're gonna do this whole session today like this.
We're gonna talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk like we from Harlem, Georgia.
From
Like,
Georgia.
like we from Martinez.
Oh man, you're right. This is just a bad feed.
Do I look like I'm pixelated too?
Oh, you look good.
That's right. You know
Mine's
what's up.
bad.
I looking good, baby.
Real bad.
Yeah, you got the delay.
It's because I'm from the house. We ain't
Got
got that
that-
fiber yet. We ain't got that fiber.
I got that fiber here at my house.
Terrible.
I'm fibernated. I'm fibernating. You know, it's wintertime. Us internet people down here, we fibernate in the winter.
Do you?
We fibernating because we got fiber internet. We fibernating. Man, they should be using that as a marketing tool.
Fibernate.
You know, it's wintertime. You need to fibernate.
You need to fibernate. Are you fibernating this Christmas? Last Christmas, I fibernated. Did you fibernate? You fibernated. Get out of my house.
What's that smell? Somebody fibernated
in here? Get out. How dare you? I'm offended. I'm extremely offended. What up, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Get Your Things Right. Treat your social media like it's your only child and not like it's a stepchild. Because I think that's what's happening. I think people are treating their social media like it's an afterthought. They're like, oh, we're going to post a meme. That's going to be good.
I'm going to throw a minion up here,
and
it's going to be great.
They're going to love it. They're going to
love this minion.
They're going to get so much engagement from it.
People are going to get a chuckle at my minion.
Yeah.
Social media, man, you got to treat it like it's the most important thing. Because I woke up this morning and my phone was dead. I plugged it in to charge it last night and went to sleep. And I woke up and like we all do, you know, first thing in the morning, I grabbed my phone because I was going to see if I had any texts, any emails. I was going to take a quick look at some social media stuff and my phone won't turn on. Like it is dead. I've tried like 6 different chargers this morning. I cannot get it to turn on and it has ruined my morning. Because there's so much work that I do. I mean, most of the work that I do is on a computer, obviously, but there's so much work that I do on my phone.
Yeah.
And I can't.
You know what we like to call that? We like to call that first world problems.
Well, yeah, I know it's a first world problem, but still, like, you know,
you're right.
We're talking about social media, like, you know, I'm out of the loop, you know. Yeah. And I can't we research part of what we do for our job is we research other social media accounts. We're checking out what people are doing, checking out what's trending, checking out what's new. And we apply that to our business for our clients. And that's a part of my job that I've not been able to do as readily as I normally do this morning. And it's driving me nuts. I'm going to have to go spend part of my afternoon at the freaking AT&T store figuring out what's wrong with my phone.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Ellen. Ellen McDowell's on. Good morning. She said good morning.
Ellen McDowell.
Hello.
Helen.
Is it? Welcome.
Ellen's getting married, right?
I just bought my new phone, and guess what it's doing? It's thinking that I want to delete apps on the regular. Like I'll scroll up, and it'll start doing the wiggle thing. It's like, oh, you want to delete? You want to delete? Like, no, I don't want to delete anything. Why are you moving? Why are you moving in that direction?
Stop wiggling, phone.
I don't want to do that. Stop dancing. I'm still dancing. No, I'm still standing. Oh, Ellen's getting married. Good job, Ellen. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the married club. All right, we gotta get to it, man. We gotta talk. We gotta get to it. We're talking about marketing. I am rereading, and I know I brought this book up, but I'm rereading again because it is so good that is going to be my third pass of this book. And it's so good because it's got so much valuable action items in it, and that's The Ultimate Sales Machine. And I will say that one of the things that we've been incorporating with Leduc Entertainment starting last week is that we're doing our morning meetings at 9 a.m. And this is beneficial. It's company wide, right? So even our people that are working remote are on. But what's been great about this is that we've been able to, as a group, workshop ideas, brainstorming, marketing concepts, how we could get better, at our customer service. Customer service, by the way, it's called Raving Fans. Read this book. It's not just about satisfied customers. It's about creating raving fans. And I think people are doing just a bare minimum these days on making their customers happy. And if you guys focus on creating those raving fans, I think you'll have sustainability in that business, right? One of the things that it talked about was like bathrooms and how that's super important to a business when they come in. How the bathroom looks is directly reflective on customer service and whether or not they care. So we're going
to clean your bathrooms, people.
Yeah, clean your bathrooms, make them look good. Not just clean them, but like make them look good, Put
that poopery in there.
Tidy it up, Always use poopery before going. Always. If you're not doing that, I think you're an offensive human being. Right?
You're not courteous.
Let me on that note, if you're in a public bathroom and somebody else is in there, like you should absolutely be trying to flush and create noise. Like there's no need for just hearing somebody using the bathroom. Like, right? Like flush, right? Will, am I right? Do you flush?
When I'm done, yeah.
You're not flushing during?
Oh, well, like if I've got if it's like a 4-alarm fire, sure.
You're going to flush. Flush during the thing.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called a courtessy flush.
Yes, courtesy flush throughout the whole thing, man.
Or if you're on one of those magic toilets though, where there's no handle, what are you gonna do?
Bruh, I was at the gym yesterday. And you know how and it is the jacuzzi area with the showers and the steam room and the sauna. And right up there it says, don't shave here.
In the jacuzzi?
In the jacuzzi or the steam room or anywhere. Like, don't shave in this area. It says
yeah, of course.
This dude was shaving and like in the water spigot to drink, right? The water fountain, he turns it on and he's shaking
washing his razor off.
His razor just right. I was like about to lose my mind. I was like, dude, are you effing kidding me right now? Like,
it's the people who take their shoes off on a plane, and get barefoot and just start putting their feet on the that's.
I do it. I don't get barefoot, but I do take my shoes off.
Gross.
I do take my shoes off. But I'm not throwing it up. I'm not throwing it up and or doing anything like that. I've got my socks on. But I get what you're saying. Or people cutting their toenails in public spaces.
Yeah.
Like, don't do
gross.
That. Don't do that.
Gross.
You know what else don't do? Slurping your coffee. Like where I have to hear that. Don't do that. Like,
so these things that we're talking about that are annoying, that are gross, that you would think are common sense, there are aspects, there are things like that apply to your business that you would think are common sense, but so many people don't think about. Like you said, like keeping your bathroom clean, or having mints out at the front desk, or or having your lobby be welcoming, and having plants, greenery. People walk in, like my wife here at home, she's adamant about us having as many plants, and that it's not like a jungle, but we have a lot of plants in our house. You've been here, Armando. You've seen how many plants we have, and it makes your home feel like when people come in, it just feels welcoming. It feels lived in and welcoming, and like, this is nice. There's plants here. There's something they're taking care to keep this plant alive. They care about that. They care about this whole environment. I feel welcome here.
Yeah.
All those things that you think might be common sense, I guess it's not necessarily common sense for those businesses. So, and that's part of your marketing, right?
Yeah.
As far as what people see when they walk into your physical establishment, that's marketing too.
And I love how you tied it all together.
That's what I do,
here's
bro.
the deal. Here's the deal about your marketing and how you're perceived. People are going to judge you. It's just the way it is. People are people. You know, whether they say they're judging you or not, secretly inside they're passing judgment of some sort. Should I take this person serious or should I not take them serious? Is this person credible? Are they not credible? And they're going to do it very quickly. So all that to say that when you're putting your content out and it's subpar and it doesn't look thought about. Now, keep in mind, we're doing a live, and this is different. You know what I mean? Like this is a little live. But if you're pre-planning your videos and they're not necessarily well thought out, and doesn't look like you cared about putting an effort in, or your website looks like it's just thrown together, all of these things will get someone that doesn't know you to prejudge, unfortunately, how you operate in business. How you take things. Are you paying attention to the detail? Are you not paying attention to the details? Right? So all of those things, and I've learned here in the last 2 years of my business, and I started in 2012, really starting to work with with my mentor and people like that. Like I've now learned that all of those service standards and your customer journey and guys, those aren't just buzzwords, right? Those aren't just things that we kind of throw together because we have to do it. It goes back to what are we trying to accomplish for our clients? How are we making them happy? Are they happy? Do they want to deal with you when they see you call? Do they want to answer the phone? Or is it like, I really don't want to talk to this person, right? But if you're doing all of those things and you're really thinking about the service aspect of what you're doing, whether you have a service business or whether you have a product-based business, and you're thinking about, okay, how is this helping the client? And that is the forefront, the money comes. But I think there's so many people that think about just the money. And I know we've talked about that before. When you're just thinking about money, that is what's going on over there?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's your dog. I heard it was typing. I was like, oh, you have a secretary in your
yeah, it's my girl Friday over here. She's taking notes. She's doing this transcription of the entire show here.
Can you say, are you allowed to say secretary these days?
Yeah, assistant. It's my assistant. And it's
not.
Right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a female. I don't know I think secretary is still a word.
I know you can't say stewardess
or waitress.
You can say it's flight attendant or waitress is server.
Yeah.
Got to make sure that you use the right words. Tell me about what your thoughts are on using the right words as they come through. As they come into the lexicon. I think a lot of people.
My thoughts on it are the same as they are about the and not to get on a controversial topic, but like the gender pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
If you identify he, him, she, her, they, them, if you tell me, if you tell me, hey, they, them is what I prefer, I think and same applies to, flight attendant, server, as long as you make the effort, I think that's, and then the more you make the effort, the more normal it's going to become. But people that take offense at being called a stewardess or a waitress or she or he, if you make the effort and you slip up and you say stewardess, but then you correct yourself. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, flight attendant, that's all it takes, man. That's 99% of the time they see, oh, you've made the effort. I appreciate that. You screwed up because that is what the word you said was the norm. And we're changing that, and you're making the effort to adjust to that change. If you just steadfastly refuse, no, you're a stewardess, then you suck, and you're not willing to. You're you're not willing to change. You're not willing to, that's those people. They're the problem.
I couldn't agree more. I think that is the problem with just change in general, is that people, they get too caught up with what their belief system is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're like, no, this is the way it is, and this is how it needs to be. And it's like, well, not necessarily. That's your belief system, and that's okay. And to that same point, like, that is that other person's belief system too, right? I don't think that person is trying to push that belief system on anybody else. They're just saying, hey, this is what I believe in, right? This is what I'm doing right now. It's not hurting anybody. This is what, this is how I want to live my life. So this is how, if you want to interact with me and be respectful and tolerant. And here's the thing, like, I cannot judge someone because I have my own shit.
No.
Spades. You know what I mean? Like, I got so much, stuff that who am I to pass judgment on anyone who wants to live their life the way they want to live their life, right? Yeah. Like, that's not my job. But my job is, if I do want to interact with that person or business or whoever, right? Then they're telling me that this is how I want to be interacted with. Mm-hmm. If you want to play well with others, then do that. If you don't, then that's, and that's also your prerogative, right? Like, if you don't have to interact.
For me, it goes back to that one word you just said, which is, it's a matter of respect, and making that effort shows that person that you respect them enough to make the effort. If you're steadfastly refusing to call a female server a server as opposed to a waitress, because when they've been waitresses since I was 6 years old, and I'm gonna still call them a waitress, right. Then you have no respect for that person, and you're not willing to put forth that effort. And that says a lot about you as a person. It says that you're selfish, and it says that you're ignorant, and it says that you are, steadfastly afraid and unwilling to change. In my opinion.
I agree with you. Yeah. I think that it also is a good tie-in to, to marketing and how you're putting yourself out there as a company, and really what are your values? What are you standing for, and stand for something, right? Like, I know there's a lot of people that are, that are on the fence about things because they are afraid of the ramifications, you know what I mean, on expressing their views on a particular subject. And I'm like, whatever. This is who I am, and I'm not going to change as a result. And I'll tell you, when you start putting yourself out there in an authentic way and just living your truth, people will find you. They will, and you're going to find your fans, and you're going to find the people that resonate with you. And that's part of your marketing efforts as well. Like, don't try to vanilla and sugarcoat your content, and marketing strategy just because you're trying to be cool with everybody. And it's not going to work that way, right? Just be who you are and be irreverent. Like, practice that irreverent muscle. As an actor, since '98, we go through a hell of a lot of rejection. And as a result, we get the thick skin, right? Like, so things don't bother us as they would other people that, that they don't want to put themselves out there as much. And they're like, oh, I'm feeling so, I really don't want to put myself out there because of the fear of the rejection, but because I've had that in my life so long, it just doesn't, I'm so far removed from giving a shit of what people think that I'm just like, whatever. I'm going to create content to create content. I'm not necessarily creating content in hopes that people will do what I want them to do, right? That's not the point of my content. The point of my content is to just live authentically, do the things that I want to do. And if it resonates with people, that's awesome. I'm doing this, we were talking about today in the morning meeting about the Elizabethan raps, right? Like, My wife doesn't really care about it at all. She's like,
they're not really my thing either. I'll be honest with you.
Right, and they're not
but I
your
know a
thing
lot
either,
of people
right?
do. Yeah, yeah.
But there's a crap ton of people that are just like all about it. And I'm like, that's awesome. Because I love it. I thought it was, it's a funny concept.
You're talking about the acting game, right? And how we as actors get used to rejection, and part of the job of being an actor is that it's a numbers game, right? The more auditions you go on, the more chances you're going to have that a casting director is going to put you in a show, put you in a movie, and then who knows where it's going to go from there. It really is kind of the same. It applies the same way with social media, and we tell this to our clients all the time. We go and we'll shoot a full month's worth of content in a day, and then we'll edit a bunch of stuff and we'll present it to the client, and we get pushback from them inevitably, especially in the beginning. They're like, oh, I don't like the way I look here. Oh, I'm not sure that this video makes sense. Is this really what we want to be talking about? And they get super in the weeds, super detailed. And we have to tell them, like, listen, this is a numbers game. This is not a movie that people are going to go back and watch a year from now or 2 years from now. This is something they're going to watch day of. And then, yes, it'll be on social media, but then it's gone. Like, it's out of their mind, and it's the next video. So it's a numbers game there too. It's posting every day. It's not being too overly concerned with the minute details of that piece of content, because you got another one that's going to go up tomorrow and another one the day after that. Just like you're going to audition today, I'm going to audition for something else tomorrow. I'm going to audition for something else on Friday. I'm going to audition for something else on Monday. And I'll audition for 10 things over the next 2 weeks, and I might get one callback. You might put out 25 videos over the next month, and you might have one video that gets you 10,000, 20,000 views, and the rest might have 100, 10, but you got that one that worked, and that's 10,000 new people who are going to be possibly checking out what you're doing. So yeah, it's a numbers game.
Yeah. And to your point, I think people are too concerned with the end result. And I brought this up before because it really just changed my life. It's so funny how an experience can just change the entire, those fork in the road moments. And I went to the New Orleans Museum of Art, actually in 2012, right before I made my film, Bourbon Whiz. Shout out, Bourbon Whiz. I'm just kidding. But it was called Lifelike, the exhibit. And basically, all of these artists, the point of it, and you guys can look it up, Lifelike on on Google. But the point of their art was to create art for just art's sake. Right. So, for instance, there was a trash bag, or like a recreation of a white trash bag, but it was made of marble. But like, you looked at it and it looked exactly like a trash bag full of trash, whatever. What was the point of it? Right. Like, what was the point of creating this piece of art? It was just for the art's sake. Right. We walked into this home, right, that was recreated from one of the artist's childhood homes. Right. And so what he did was he looked up all of the appliances that were made in that year, and he bought them, and the wallpaper and the chairs and the stovetop and all of it, and recreated his childhood home. Spent years creating this for what? Not money, not fame, not any of that. He just, for art's sake. Right. And it was so mind-blowing, because at the time, as an actor, I'm like, I need to get booked. I need to be celebrity. I need to do this, and I wasn't concerned with the journey and all of the nuance that goes into the art form, or of just creating the content, right? But when I became more concerned with the content and like the process of it, and getting better as a storyteller, and getting better at being an actor, I was so much more fulfilled, and I resonated with my people. Yeah. Not everybody, right? Not everybody is a fan of everybody, and that's okay. Right. But the people that like my stuff, they're like, they're super fans. They're like, they love it. I'm like, great. I love it too. That's my, I'll watch Bourbon Whiz, and I'll laugh my head off about it, because I think it's ridiculous, and it was fun for me to make, and I really enjoyed it, and I put it out, and and for the people that enjoy it, awesome. If the people that don't enjoy it, awesome. I don't.
They're
really
gonna move
care.
on. Yeah, they're gonna move on to something else.
So yeah, so when you guys are thinking about creating content, think about the stuff that you guys like, right? And I know it takes a second to get over that imposter syndrome. I know it takes time to like really understand the concept of what it means to like create content and storytelling and how to get good at that, right? But we learn in 4 phases. We have unconscious incompetence. This is where we don't know what we don't know because we haven't learned it yet, right? Then you have conscious incompetence, is where you know that you're doing it incorrectly because you have a teacher now, somebody's telling you about it, right? And then you have conscious competence, is where you're doing things correctly, but you're still having to think about it. And then you have unconscious competence, is where you're doing things second nature, right? And it's just coming to you. And you cannot skip those steps. You just cannot. But here's the problem is that people, they'll start something. They're not that great at it. They stop. And then they think that it didn't work. Then they're like, it doesn't work for me. Well, it doesn't work for you because you didn't stick with it, right? You didn't stick through the sucky part, right? But if you have some people that can guide you through the process like us, and direct you through the process and understand that, yeah, guys, this is, you're able to create the content and there are fans waiting to hear your message. There are people waiting to follow you. There are people waiting to hear that message that only you can deliver, right? And once you guys understand that concept, then going through that process of getting better at content marketing, content creation, and storytelling and being on camera and all of that, like then you're more concerned with giving back as a value build person instead of I need views. I need to be a celebrity. I need blah, 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 blah. That is your goal. It's not going to work out for you. There's going to be a subconscious disconnect from your audience because they're going to understand that all you want is money. All you want is the fame. All you want is that end result. And they can't get past the giving first in order to get there. Maybe not. But here's the thing. If you do that, you're going to have more fun in the process, right? If you're having fun creating content, it's going to be fun watching the content. That's just the reality of the situation.
And we can tell that right? we can tell that with our clients as far as when we edit footage, we can tell on a shoot. Like before we've even looked at raw footage, when we're working with a client, we get done, we call cut on one video that we're shooting. We know right then, like this video is going to be fun. This is going to be good. People are going to enjoy this. Will it be 10 people? Will it be 1 million people? We don't know the answer to that question until you post it, but we know that it's quality and that it's good. And on the flip side, with ourselves and with clients, we shoot stuff and we know like, this is going to be tough. And they can't all be, not every movie is a Marvel movie, Right. Sometimes they're crappy movies and sometimes you're going to make crappy content. That's the way it rolls. Even if you're working with a company that's hired you, like sometimes it's not going to hit. And that's just, again, that's part of what you're doing and that's part of figuring it out. What does and doesn't work is sometimes you're going to have a swing and a miss, and that's okay too. Like that's not, don't get caught up in that shit. Like just roll with it, post the next one.
Yeah. I think too many people are getting caught up with trying to look their best on social media, and they're like, oh, the image. And look, I know we started this conversation off with perspective, you know what I mean? And how people judge and you want to always be striving for, the best quality, obviously, and the best content. When you don't hit that mark, it's okay. You just have to get back on the horse and you have to get at it. I was talking to somebody the other day about just, virality and what goes viral and what doesn't. And, how does somebody really get to that, connection and not perfection. Hallelujah, Ellen.
Who said that?
Ellen. Yeah. But, if somebody knew, if any marketing company out there knew exactly what was going to go viral, they'd be multi-trillionaires, right? Like they would know the future. And even Hollywood hasn't figured it out. But what Hollywood has done is they put out content after content after content. And they understand that the law of averages states that something's going to hit. If you keep putting out content, something is going to resonate, and that thing could take you to that next level. It only takes that one video to make that happen. But if you're overthinking it and you're not moving forward because you have that perfectionist, mindset, and, that inner critic that's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You shouldn't be doing this. Ignore it, put it out, in the highest quality possible, and then learn from it and allow your audience to tell you what they like and what they don't like. They'll tell you.
Like, you and I both enjoy following Gary Vee.
Right.
And he is the first to tell you, he had a wine show was it on YouTube for several years. And like, it took 2 years before he had any kind of audience. For 2 years, he was putting out this show about wine and, tens of views a week. Like, nobody was watching it, but he kept doing it, and he kept doing it. He was consistent, and he didn't worry about whether anybody was watching or not. How many people are watching this stream right now, Armando? I don't even know, because I'm not looking at it.
Well, it keeps popping by 3 and 8.
So we're reaching the masses clearly, but guess what? I don't care. Yeah. Like, we have this stuff out here, and I'll tell you what else. All 8 of you that have watched this today, what we will do, we're recording this. We will take this conversation that we've had today, and we will chop this up into 17, 20 different pieces of content that we can put on our company's social media feed. And we'll take this 30, 45 minutes that we're doing today, and we'll spread that out over the next 2 months. And the one we did last week, we'll spread that out over the next 2 months. That's how easy it can be to make, like you said, authentic, genuine content, because we're just shooting the crap. We're shooting the shit here, just, being ourselves. But it's authentic, and we're trying to give information, and, so
I'm having a blast. And here's the thing too. Here's another good thing about, going live and podcasting. I'm a real big believer in long form content as well as short form content, because the long form content is going to train you on the short form stuff. Because if you can sit here and talk smack for 45 minutes straight, you're gonna be good for 5.
Bro, you can talk smack for like 4 hours straight.
But here's the thing: I was a better actor for a long time. Like just if you gave me a script, I could do that. But off the cuff, not a chance. I'd get so clammed up. Am I saying the right things? What am I looking like on it? I always had that. Oh, dude, interview wise. Yes, 100%. Really? Yes. Like, talking crap all day.
That's never been an issue for me. I've always been comfortable to just put it out there.
Not me, man.
I guess that's why I'm better than you at so many things.
You're better at me. You're better than me at many, many things. That's for sure, 100%.
I'm kidding. I kid.
But yeah, no, I definitely had, and I still have like crutch words where I say right a lot and like, which I effing hate. But every time I do this, I get better and better, and I get better and better. And I'm more conscious of, okay, how do I speak without having to use those crutch words as much? And what are things that I'm doing, and how am I delivering?
I never thought about what my crutch words are. I don't know. I don't know what I say a lot.
You say,
if I have, you say a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Good to know.
But
yeah, I'm curious. I imagine that we all have our catchphrases, right?
I used to be in Toastmasters. Toastmasters is great. If you guys are wanting to learn like public speaking, Toastmasters International, go to their website, and you'll be able to, find other chapters. And what you do is every week you go in and they have like, you get speeches prepared that you perform, and then there's like some off the cuff questions section. They're like, okay, we're going to do a rapid fire question answer. What do you think about this? And your job is to like deliver the content. And there's somebody there that's talking about, okay, hey, your correct word is this. You may want to work on this. Your body language is off, blah, 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 blah. So Toastmasters is great, especially if you're trying to get into more public speaking. But the best thing to do is throwing yourself in there and forcing yourself to make yourself do these sorts of things, like push and get out of your comfort zone. You can't grow unless you're getting out of your comfort zone. I'll tell you, we're creating a huge digital marketing conference here in New Orleans in the fall, because I was like, how am I going to get to the next level next year? How can I really push myself to the next level out of my comfort zone in 2023? The way to do it is to really like get out the box and like really push yourself forward. And I'm like, okay, how do I do that? I'm gonna throw a conference. That means, and I'm gonna put my money on the line, and I'm gonna push myself into marketing this thing and blowing it up. And in so doing, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna meet more people. I'm going to test myself. I'm gonna learn new skills as a result. I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So if you guys are watching this and you guys are thinking about the new year, think about how you can push yourself out of your comfort zone and really like strive, not just incrementally, but exponentially. Like, how can you really step out? And I'll tell you, the universe will provide. The universe, God, whoever, the energy, whatever you believe in, that energy out there will help you when you step out of your comfort zone.
And we know for a fact that there are so many people out there, so many businesses out there, so many business owners out there. We talk to them and they're like, yeah, I got to do video. I know I got to post video on social media. I'm just not comfortable on camera. I'm just not sure how we do that. I'm not sure that's right for my business. That's pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Make freaking content. And if you don't have time to make it yourself and you don't have the energy to make it yourself, you can call us. Or you can call any number of other people who do this kind of stuff. Yep. There are people out there that can help you facilitate that content and get it out there. And that not only will they make the content for you, but they will teach you how to do it yourself as well. So that's what we do anyway. Like, you work with us for 6 months. After 6 months of working with us, you're not that we want you to. We want you to keep using us, but you're equipped after 6 months to go and create your own content. I say less than 6 months, but at 6 months, after 6 months with us, you know the game at that point. And because we teach we teach our clients while we're working with them. But yeah, make content, get out of if that's not comfortable for you, then go start making it. And don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about what you sound like. Don't worry about whether anybody's watching it. Just put it out there.
Yep.
That's it.
100%. Yeah. Learn by the doing. I love it. We'll end on that.
I love it.
I love it. No, I like it.
Ooh, I like it. So I gotta go buy a new phone today.
Go buy a phone, man, so I can call you.
I'm stoked about it. Yeah, I can't talk to anybody. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
That's Apple trying to get you to buy another phone.
I know they want. I have the 13 Pro, and I guess they want me to get the 14. So
that's what they want. I am on the plan where like every year that they have a new phone,
you get it.
I just upgrade because we use it for shoots too.
Are you AT&T?
AT&T. Yeah,
I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah. Hit them up. Let them know. I mean, because I'm paying monthly anyway. So it's I'm never. I am completely like when it comes to tech. I have to have the fastest and the most reliant because I know that they're always pushing it back, that they're always messing with the older models so that they can make room for the new stuff, right? So that the new stuff is equipped to handle the new infrastructure.
Yeah. So next week I think Wednesdays is the day to do this, but next week I'm going to be in New Orleans on Monday and Tuesday. So maybe we should try to do this on Tuesday from the studio.
Let's do it
in the same spot.
I like it.
Worth a shot. Yeah.
I like it.
All right, I'm gonna see you on Sunday in person to see my Falcons beat your Saints.
Probably not gonna happen. It's
Probably not
the
gonna
crappy
happen.
team versus crappy team.
I know it's the crappy bowl.
It's the who give nobody but the Falcons or the Saints are gonna want to watch this game.
It's the toilet bowl. It's the NFL toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl. Did you come up with that? Or has that been used?
I've heard it before. I won't take the credit.
The toilet bowl is great. I love it. Yes, It is absolutely the toilet bowl. Like, who cares? But we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a great time.
And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make some
what's that?
content while we're at the game.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love it.
There's
Yeah, let's
always
make
an
some
opportunity to make content, people, no matter where you are. Make content.
content. Oh, look, we're at 6.
Be careful.
We're at
Be
6.
careful how you say it. Be careful how you say it.
Content. I said content.
Right.
All right, y'all. Hey, please reach out to us if you guys have any questions on how to increase your engagement, on how to even do this, on maybe some mindset stuff, on like getting yourself to the point where you're comfortable creating content. Reach out to us. We meet with people on the regular.
We do consultation too.
Yeah, and so we can just
it's a fun conversation. It's kind of like what we just did here for the last 45 minutes. It's a conversation, man. We talk to you like a real person, give you advice on what we think we can help you with, try to give you ideas, and give you time to talk too. It's not just us talking. So,
yeah, and the first consultation's free, y'all. We're just we'll come.
I mean, I'll take tips. If you want to tip me, it's cool.
You can tip Will.
I'll take a tip.
We'll take tips. All right, y'all. All right, we're gonna end. Thank you guys so much for watching, and
have a good Wednesday.
Yeah.
Adios.
Ciao.